Hi everyone. It is Wednesday, September 10th, 9:20 at night. Nitrous here with two N's and a new spelling as of July. Um, I stream at 9:20 now to honor the fact that Black Veil Brides performed at Warp Tour in Long Beach at 9:20. I went to my very first Warp Tour by myself just to watch them perform. And so every time I stream at 9:20, it just reminds me of that day, which was a core memory that was like very vital to my character development. But anyways, um, we are just gonna play Dead by Daylight. Apparently the 2v8 event ended yesterday. Hi Monica, thank you for being here. The 2v8 event ended yesterday, and I did not pay attention to when it would end, so I'm kind of sad. At least I played it on Monday. I didn't enjoy it as much as I did. I thought they would at least give us today to enjoy it like the rest of the week, but oh well. I think it only went on for what, 2, 3 weeks? 4 weeks? I don't know. But we're just going back to regular 1v4 Dead by Daylight. It was short. Did it really start last week? Did they only give us 2 weeks to enjoy this? Hi Anthony, thank you for being here. 2v8 is gone. As you can see, it is no longer here. 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. I'll check my VODs later. But we're just gonna play, regular Survivor. At least Leon has this little fog vial there. So how we're gonna do this is, we're just going to play five. I'll start off with 5 games, and then I'll see how I'm feeling if I want to like play longer. So we're gonna start off with Leon. It has to be more than 2 weeks because I have not touched this build in a good while. At least we got plenty of fog vials. Yeah, five green fog vials, 3 blue ones, 9 brown ones. Not bad, not bad. We're gonna start off with Leon tonight. Oh wait, since I am gonna be Leon, I might as well show my September 30th, 1998 gamer tag up here. Well, first of all, I would like to publicly apologize to Monica for disappointing her 2 weeks in a row when it comes to my Tuesday night movie nights. Yesterday, I overslept. I took a nap at 6, and usually my naps last 2 to 3 hours. So when when I slept at 6, I was like, okay, I will wake up at 9 and I'll be okay. I woke up at 10:15 and I was like, holy shit. I will talk about work later. But yeah, I was like, holy shit. And then I jumped out of bed and I played Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I streamed Five Nights at Freddy's yesterday because Anthony and I are going to the Universal Studios Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights this Saturday, and we are going to the Five Nights at Freddy's house first. Cause yeah, I'm so excited. And then next Tuesday, I'm playing Treasure Planet because on Sunday the 21st, my cousins and I are going to the Oogie Boogie Bash, and I'm dressing up as Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet. Oh my goodness, look at this. Why is Rick leaning like that? Is this normal? Rick and Steve are leaning in complete opposite directions. So you have Leon. Never mind. Steve heard me insult him, and he didn't like that. Monica says she said she missed it, but she's been up since 6 a.m., which is completely valid. I know I stream at the ungodly hours, and having that 3-hour time zone difference doesn't help, so I apologize. I can always stream it again. The point of my movie nights is to play movies that I already know, so I'm not distracted when I write, because the whole reason for these Tuesday night movie nights is so I can be held publicly accountable for streaming them, and then while the movie's playing, I'm reminded why I'm doing this in the first place, which is to work on my personal novel that I have procrastinated for like 6 years now. Me and Anthony says FNAF is going to be peak. So I cannot wait for the FNAF house. So Anthony and I's game plan is we paid for the early access. So I think gates open 5:30. Which just gives us maybe, what, 1 hour? 1 hour early access? So Anthony and I are going to hit Five Nights at Freddy's first. We're going to get the pizza, eat in line, and then apparently the spaghetti pizza is only in Orlando. So I was heartbroken and betrayed. So I'm just gonna get a regular pizza with the pizza box. At least we get the pizza box at Hollywood. So I'm keeping the pizza box. We're gonna eat in line, and then we're gonna go to FNAF, then we're gonna go to the bar. And then I'm gonna get 2 drinks so I'm buzzed enough to not get too jumpy and scared at the Jason Voorhees house, Friday the 13th, which is apparently the scariest house this year. And then afterwards, we're gonna head up to the upper lot where Anthony's gonna go to the Terrifier house. And since I have no desire to smell the shit room... Excuse me, what? Anyways, I get to just ramble more. So, since I have no desire to smell the shit room, like, I'm not scared of, the jump scares. I just don't want to smell unpleasant things, okay? I would just rather not. The inner wolf in me, with my sense of smell, I don't want to smell shit. Like, no thank you. And I also don't want to get wet. The Terrifier is not going to get me wet. He's going to get Anthony wet. So while Anthony's at that house, I'm going to be just vibing in Harry Potter World, which is my territory. My favorite ride is there. I'm just going to go in the single rider's line because I am single and I'm a single rider. But anyways. And then after that, Anthony and I are just going to go shopping and then leave because he and I are old and tired. Let's see. Anthony says, I heard the Terrifier house is the best house, but the lines are like 2 hours or longer. Lines 2 hours or longer, I'll just leave and come back to it. We need to find, like, a place to, like, vibe. Because the lines go down near midnight and 1 o'clock. So you and I have to just find a place to sit down and keep busy. In Harry Potter Land, there are tables where we can just sit down. The thing is, the Death Eaters might bother us, but I'll bring my Snape wand. And if they try to turn me into a Death Eater, I'll tell them my wrists are taken. There is a paw print and a wolf. So, I'm gonna just say, hey, Sirius Black, Sirius Black, Andy Black, Black. Anyways. Harry Potter benches are always peaceful. They're not peaceful when the Death Eaters are gonna hover around, man. So, but yeah, well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And if I get overstimulated and cranky, and I don't want to pay another $20 for a drink, we might as well just leave or something. But yeah, can't wait for this Saturday. It'll be my 4th year in a row going. My first year was 3rd year. No, wait. My first year, we went to Michael Myers' house. I remember that. 2nd year was Stranger Things. Last year, I didn't really go to a themed house that I enjoyed. I didn't want to go last year, but since Anthony was about to go by himself, and I just wanted to make sure he was gonna get home safe, because I know this boy is going to drive, I went anyways, and we went to the lesbian house. I call it the lesbian house. It was only because it was an all-female cast. With the daughter of Frankenstein, Van Helsing, and Dracula, I believe. So that was fun. That was cool. I bought the candle. And I bought a shirt for Monica. It was so perfect. And then this year, FNAF. Holy shit. Yes. Oh, right, the Fallout house. We're going to the Fallout house next. So our plan is Five Nights at Freddy's, Jason, Fallout, and then Anthony is going solo to the Terrifier. I have to remind myself that this isn't 2v8 anymore. It's too quiet and sad. Anthony says, my first year was back in 2021. I remember I was scared of everything. I was scared of everything too. But then if the Terrifier approaches me at the store, I'm just gonna tell him, like, hey man, the only thing terrifying here are the prices for this merchandise. What do you mean, $40 for this t-shirt? I hope I get a laugh out of him. I haven't watched the Terrifier movies, but Anthony and I are gonna watch that Friday. I'm gonna head up to his house, as Anthony lives a lot closer to that theme park, so... Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Oh, right, movie nights. So, ever since archery practice started, which, you know, it started last week, I've been noticeably tired on Tuesdays. Just because my routine, like, when I started movie nights, I didn't have, archery practice didn't start yet. So I had plenty of time. I get out of work at 2:30, and when I get home around 3, you know, I would eat lunch, and then I would take a nap, I would sleep for hours, and then I would wake up with enough time to shower and stream. But with archery practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I don't get home till 5, so that's an extra 2 hours that I have to stay at the school. And keep in mind that my archery coaching is voluntary, so I'm not being paid for this, but I enjoy what I do. I enjoy archery, and I love these kids, so that's why, you know, I do this. But I stay till school. I stay at the school till, like, 5. And so when I get home, that's, like, a lot of time that I lost. And I have to adjust to the fact that Tuesdays and Thursdays, especially Tuesdays, I don't have the time to, like, to eat and nap and wake up and shower. Like, I have to adjust to the lost time. And I think it's just archery is a lot more stressful this year compared to previous years, just because we have a new instructor, a new JROTC branch, and I have to carry more weight than usual. I think it's just exhausting, and also having to deal with a couple of trouble kids, which is a first for me. This is my 5th year doing it, and I never had to deal with a trouble kid, but this year I'm dealing with 2. So, I think it's just all this weight that's exhausting me a lot more than usual. And that's why I'm starting to struggle with committing to my Tuesday movie nights. But I'm still committed to, like, you know, working on my novel. It's something that I need to do. So I'm just trying to adjust to the school year now that archery is back in place. And yeah. Also, Anthony, on the 23rd, we were supposed to play Man of Steel for Monica, but she cannot make it that Tuesday. So on the 23rd, Anthony, you can pick the movie, and then we'll just move Man of Steel to another day where Monica can watch it. Sounds like a plan. Cool. Cool. Though 1v8 games are so quiet and boring. Like, I'm so used to 2v8 and its chaos, and I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to let go of that game mode. I was playing on Monday like I had all the time in the world, and now it's gone, and I didn't appreciate it enough. Monica says curses on the opening store. I'm sorry that Mariah Carey is, like, thawing right now. She's literally in the back room. Oh no! It's already Christmas preview stuff. Wow, that's crazy. Like, it's already September. Let me enjoy Halloween first. Did he give up on me? He better. How come none of my teammates are working on gens? Come on, we only have one left. Christmas is probably... let's see. Christmas song has been stuck in my head all day for some... Anthony, no. Don't do that. Like I said, I'm tired of the Halloween playlist because it's been 2 months already of that, but Christmas is probably worse. Wow. What makes up a Halloween playlist? I'm curious. Because when I think of Halloween songs, I just think of Nightmare Before Christmas, really. I mean, I know there's Monster Mash. Actually, I'm not really sure. Ow. Where's that last gen? I think we 3-gened ourselves. I think that's what's happened. Ooh, he missed. Oh, I'm sorry, Claudette. It's okay, AP. Because I hid in a locker, so he doesn't put me in a cage. Because at least, because since he found me in a locker, he has to carry me to a hook. And it's in this hook that I can unhook myself. It's okay, man. I got it. Oh man, okay. One part, sad girl, fall songs. Also very much I put a spell. Oh, that song. Season of the Witch, one way or another, Hocus Pocus version. This is Halloween, 2 versions, Once Upon a Dream. Right, for the Disney villains. Lana Del Rey version, Spooky, some song from the new Snow White. Oh man, no. Is it Gal Gadot singing? Anthony's asking, do you think the FNAF pizza will fill you up? I think there's only 4 slices in the box. 4 very small slices. I don't think it'll fill me up, but it'll be a nice snack. That's why you and I are going to buy food Friday night, and we're going to eat on our way to the on the drive there. Like it says, there's also something from Disenchanted and stuff from Descendants, also calling all the monsters. It is Gal Gadot singing. Okay, it's the All Is Fair song. I have not heard of Disenchanted, but I am familiar with Descendants, and I think it is also to promote the Disney villains. Yo, please. Please, I want to leave. I want to leave. I want to leave. Gal is a horrible singer. So am I. So am I. Yo, this... Okay. Monica says, it's a sequel to Enchanted. It's a song with Amy Adams. Oh, okay. Right. I'm trying to stall. I was trying to buy time for my teammate. I think she went to rescue our hook teammate. Ooh. I just want to see if they make it out. Never mind. At least Claudette got the save. See, he got worried. Well, that was the first game. That was game number 1. I missed 2B already.
It's time to go.
Chat, who am I playing as next? Otherwise, I'm playing as Leon again. Siri. Right. We're all just remembering that I have Witcher characters. I have to remember that I have Witcher characters. Even though I've never played the game or watched the show or read the books. So, whoops. Anyways. What's my build on her? Ah, shit. I need to have a build. Okay. What is my build on her? Windows. Lithe. Let's go with Lithe. And, calm spirit, so I'm not screaming all the damn time. Okay, we have plenty of screech cobblers. We don't have any fog vials on her, so I'm gonna just carry a medkit. I don't have a lot of stuff on her. Cause I don't play as Sable, that's the thing. Because the thing with 2v8 is, it's not reliant on the perks and items you have. 2v8 gives you a class that allows you to play as anyone, but I'm playing as her, and I don't have a lot of ideal stuff on her, but if it's only for one game, it should be fine. This is gonna be game number 2. Monica says more Leon. I can play more Leon after Siri. Which Leon? And Anthony says, I think Ciri's the best looking Witcher girl. Okay. I don't really have an opinion, but okay. I mean, Sable, this character, Sable as Ciri, looks pretty cool. Monica says someday we should watch the show. We should! There's a lot of shows I need to watch. Witcher's definitely one of them. I just need to know when. And Monica says, any Leon I want. Okay, so after Ciri, I will play an ad and pick a surprise Leon. Anthony says, I still need to watch The Witcher 2. I've only seen the first episode. Oh, okay. I mean, The Witcher has swords. That's enough to, like, hold my attention. I thought I could watch the Fallout show before going to Horror Nights, but that's not happening. At least not at this rate. I'm choosing to watch Terrifier instead. Just because watching 1 2-hour movie, 1.5-hour movie is better than 8 hours binging a show. I mean, I've watched my brother play Fallout 4. I feel like that is decently enough. Monica says, after Christmas we should use it for movie night, but you haven't seen it, so I guess that wouldn't work. mean, that is an idea. I'm still trying to plan it out. Because the thing is, I can plan out movies, but I have to make sure that either Anthony or I have the streaming service to play the movie, so another Twilight incident doesn't happen, because I remember Twilight being on HBO Max. That's why I was confident saying, yeah, we're gonna stream Twilight. Until the day of, and I realized Twilight isn't streaming anywhere that Anthony and I own. And then we had to pick up a backup plan, and Anthony chose K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay, yeah, Witcher is a Netflix show, so it shouldn't move. Okay, well, that's a good thing then. Anthony says Twilight is on YouTube, which is crazy, and I'm kind of mad about it, but whatever. They're still making seasons. But it's with Liam Hemsworth. No, not Liam. Yeah, it is Liam. I don't know, going from Henry Cavill to Liam Hemsworth just seems like a kind of downgrade. Oh hey, we're going against Springtrap. It's been a while since I... Oh. Okay. It's been a while since we went against Springtrap. Kinda missed this killer. That's crazy. I remember I was on an RPD map, and I was just hopping from door to door, and it was so hilarious. Monica says, yeah, it's Liam Hemsworth's a serious downgrade. Yeah, I can agree to that. I don't think Liam has the presence that Henry Cavill has. Yo, what is this teammate of mine doing? Oh my gosh, he didn't see me. My hair probably blended in with the tile. Okay. Anthony says Liam's getting a lot of hate. I don't think anyone will watch the new season. Monica's gonna ironically watch the show for the plot now. Oh, you genuinely like the show? Well, I guess that's a good thing, where you want to see the story instead of watching it just for the actors, which is what I'm going to do. What is my fucking teammate doing? Anthony says... Anthony says he's big and strong, but nobody likes him. He'll watch it for the actress playing Siri. Monica says it started out that way, but I need to know what happens. Okay, so Siri is the big deal. The next video game's about her, right? Oh shit! I don't know what this person is doing. She's 20 years older in the new game. Okay, so she's an adult. What the fuck is my teammate up to? I'm so confused. But I'm not gonna deal with that. Shit. Oh, shit. Oh my gosh. No way. No way. No way. Anthony says they should add Ellie from The Last of Us and Dead by Daylight. The thing is, Ellie is technically a teenager, and they don't want to add, like, teenagers to the game. But it sort of makes people question about, you know, Steve and Nancy. Monica says Ellie would be a good addition, and Joel. Yeah, I think it's just... I think that they're the next licensed characters people want to add. It's just a matter of, affording the license. Ciri is 19 in The Witcher 3. Well, the thing is, this isn't technically Ciri, this is Sable, a character, dressed up as Ciri. It's like with Mikasa, with the Attack on Titan cosmetics. They're not the Attack on Titan characters. They're the Dead by Daylight survivors dressed up as the Attack on Titan characters. I'm not sure. I mean, they have Rain from the Alien Romulus movie, and she's pretty young. She's like Ellie's age. So I don't see why... I mean, I can't see why they don't add Ellie and Joel. It's just attaining the license for them. I'm not gonna heal you, I'm sorry. I'm not getting out of this game alive, so... Okay, my teammate is dead. I mean, that one character that just, like, dropped down to the ground and did nothing was, sort of dragged us down, but whatever. I missed 2v8. I'm gonna keep saying that for the rest of this stream. Oh, he missed. I hear it, I hear it, I hear it, I hear it. Yeah! I deserve it! GG's. I deserve that. I deserve the hatch. Siri lives, guys. You know what happens to Siri, she lives. Okay, so we got that. And then Monica says more Leon. And I'm gonna go... I'm gonna put up an ad first. And then I'll pick a Leon. But then these people are part of the Leon Sub Kennedy Club. So it doesn't really matter. So the ad doesn't really matter. I won 2 games in a row. That's crazy. But I'm still sticking to my Tuesday movie night streams, as exhausted as I am from archery practice and just having that other obligation later in the night. That's why I only stream Mondays and Wednesdays. Well, first of all, Mondays and Wednesdays, because those are the worst days of the week. Everyone hates Mondays, and Wednesday's just the middle of the fucking week. And streaming on those days help Mondays and Wednesdays go by a lot faster. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays are for my archery practice. Anthony's asking, what game besides Dead by Daylight have you played the most, you think? Resident Evil 2 Remake. That I streamed or just played in general? Because I play Stardew Valley a lot, but I don't stream that. I haven't touched Marvel Rivals since April, so yeah. Just played overall. Probably Stardew Valley. I think I dedicate a lot of time in Stardew Valley to reach that 100% perfection achievement. I know there was a good month that I played Marvel Rivals a lot, but in terms of hours, I think it goes Dead by Daylight, Stardew Valley, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Marvel Rivals, and then Minecraft. Because it's been years since I played Minecraft. I tried getting back into it, but it's just not the same when I don't have a friend group to play it with. Which is kind of sad, but, you know. It is what it is. You can't repeat the past, you know, and you just have to... accept that it was a moment in time that you have to enjoy for what it is. And move on. And to just try to repeat the past is, you know... not really a waste of time, but it's just fuel, you know? Also, we have Ada and Lara Croft. That's cool. Hi, Ada. See, I'm also dressed nice for her. Ada and I are going on a date after this match. Past is the past. Yeah. I mean, I miss it. I miss having a friend group to play Minecraft with, but yeah, I guess I'm better off without all those people in my life. Because as an adult, because when you're in high school, you know, you see these people every day for 4 years. Peace. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because in high school, you see these people every day. You have to get along with them. You see them in class. You can't avoid them, really. Whereas outside of high school, outside of college, you're living your own life. And then you're discovering your own interests. And you realize, who your real friends are. And that, if you had the option to choose who you want to be with without circumstances forcing you, to be around people, like, you realize who you actually want to be with in life. I mean, it's something I'm going over in therapy, you know, friendships. finding friends, letting go of friends. Because, you know, like, I don't really hang out with a lot of people. I've been doing a lot of things by myself. And, I find out that my friend group, my current friend group that I'm a part of, they hang out without me. I find this out through Venmo. I don't even keep up with their stories. I don't even think they post on their stories about their hangouts. But I find out through Venmo. Like, I'm paying my brother for something, I'm paying Anthony for something. You know, I'm on Venmo, and I see my friends, like, Venmoing the same person for, like, hot pot or Korean barbecue, sushi, whatever. So it's obvious they all went out to eat. And I'm like, okay, these people are hanging out without me. And I'm trying my best to not be upset about it, because I'm like, well, they're doing things I'm not interested in anyways. You know, I'm not into D&D, I'm not into K-pop. I'm not into these things. Who's chasing me? Oh. Why did he just stand there? I dropped the pallet in front of him and he's just standing there. See, look. You see the red stain? He just gave up, I guess. The funny thing is, I keep thinking I can lift this pallet and I can't. But yeah, I'm trying not to be too upset, because it's like, you know, these people are doing things I'm not interested in. Why would I want to be invited, you know? And the things I'm interested in doing, they're not interested in doing, so why should I force them to do what I want, you know? So, and I asked my therapist, I'm like, I think I'm a bad friend. And she's like, well, why do you think that? And I was like, I don't know, I just have trouble keeping friends. I feel like I'm losing them. No one wants to hang out with me. And my therapist asked me what makes a bad friend. Or she asked me what makes a good friend. And I was like, well, they're there for you, and they're reliable, they're dependable. She asked me what makes a bad friend, and I'm like, well, if they're not there for you, if they don't want to spend time with you, but they say one thing and act another. No way. Sounds like they're bad friends. I don't know. It could just be trauma from my old friend group, the one I complained about often, where I was villainized, you know, for so many years, and I saw myself as a villain for so many years, to the point where I believed it, and then I acted the part, because if I acted the part, it was easier for me to accept that, yeah, I'm the bad guy in the situation. But then I have to realize that I was just the scapegoat. And then I just don't have the ability to approach people and make friends with them, because I always have the idea that these people want to be left alone. Why should I be approaching these people? Monica says, good friends invite you to do stuff even if you don't want to do it, and respect when you say no. Which is the concept that my newer friend group tried to grasp onto, where it's like they would invite me to things and I could say no. Or, you know, and I could say no without, you know, feeling bad about it. But then it got to the point where I was just flat out not invited to things. And I have to be like, I have to be okay with it, because it's things I don't like anyways. And I just have to find people that share my interests. Freddy, can you leave me alone, please? No way, what the fuck was that? We haven't even gotten a gen done. Anthony says, getting an invite would be nice since you guys all live in the same neighborhood. Yeah, it's crazy. We all live in the same neighborhood and then we just never see each other. It's like I have to just find people that I genuinely enjoy being with. And I think that involves finding new friends and friends that I didn't know in high school. Like, part of me wants to just start over fresh, you know, and that's where my trans masculine identity, Aaron, comes in. Because just my old self, you know, Nicole, Nikki, whoever, just seems to be going through so much bullshit. And, like, I just want to cut off people. Why is Freddy, like, tunneling me so bad? Why is I being tunneled? Why was I tunneled out of the game? Freddy really wanted me dead. Oh, now Anthony's asking me for advice. Do you think a girl is over you if she laughs at the stuff you send her, but she doesn't say anything back? Yeah. I mean, does she usually say anything back? I just leave her alone. At that point, man, I think you should. I mean, I know how this goes. I've played these games before. Also pick the next character, Anthony. I think you need to pick a character. But, I've gone through this, like, 7 times. Yeah, I think Carlos. Your comfort character, huh? But yeah, I think she is over you, and she's just not gonna say it. I'm sorry, man. But I know how this goes. I mean, you can try, as it could be that rare occasion things actually work out, but you know, after it happens so many times, you just notice a pattern. Monica says, it's the energy you want from her. I think that's what you need to decide. Monica also adds, it's what I'm trying to work on myself. And that's the point of the Broken Hearts Club. We all have our issues, our obsessions with people, our obsessions with the idea of these people we like. That was something I had to learn with June Girl. It's like, it was just an idea of her. And I had to let go of her, because once I cut ties with her, my nervous system, I literally felt my nervous system, like, calm down. My nervous system was all over the place while I was actively talking to her. And it was not healthy, because I was going to sleep depressed, and I was, like, a lot more anxious than usual. And I cut her off, and I just felt calm. Like, it's lonely, but it's calm and it's peaceful, and I prefer that. Oh my gosh, Vivian, what are you doing? Still awake? That's a sign. Yeah, Vivian, it doesn't get better as you get older. All of us here are like a decade older than you. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. Oh, speaking of Vivian, there's a new Survivor coming out. I think later this month or something. And the new Survivor looks like Vivian. It's crazy. And the new Survivor's name is V. So, congrats, Vivian, on becoming part of Dead by Daylight. But, yeah, we were all just dead and tired and exhausted. I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna find a September girl. My August girl was my tattoo artist, because the fact that she canceled last minute, like, that disappointment was just a very familiar pain. Like, it hurt, but it was a familiar pain. And I was like, I know how to deal with this. And I just had to suck it up and be like, oh, it's okay. We can reschedule. Sure. Yeah, no problem. This is my 4th game, by the way. I'm always, and it's always gonna haunt me, that I look a lot like Carlos than any other character. When I sort of low-key cosplayed as Carlos when I played Resident Evil 4, or Resident Evil 3 Remake, and I used my old mascara to create facial hair on my chin. That was funny. Oh yeah, speaking of Resident Evil, September 22nd, 24, and 26, I am going to be streaming Resident Evil 4 Remake. The thing is, I don't really want to split it up because it's a work night. And I want to have it done in one sitting so I don't have to keep dressing up like 3 nights in a row. Also, Monica says, low-key, you drew a beard. I guess I say low-key because I don't have the tactical vest. You know, you see Carlos's tactical vest? My brother had one, but he wouldn't let me borrow it. And not that I wanted to borrow it anyways, but like I just wore a black t-shirt, put my hair over my forehead. Carlos can't look at the camera, but yeah, I basically wore just black t-shirt, drew a beard, hair over my forehead. Monica says you don't have to dress up if you don't want. Just do like last night. But the thing is, I want to dress up. That's the thing. For my Resident Evil streams, I do want to dress up. Just because I rarely use the webcam. If I'm gonna turn on the webcam, I might as well make it worth it. But, it's... because I can do one sitting. I can finish Resident Evil 4 Remake in one sitting. It just takes me 8 hours, and the thing is, people don't really sit and stay for 8 hours. It's my prerogative. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's 6 hours of gameplay, 2 hours of cutscenes. Ugh. I just know it's gonna be a long stream. I'll think about it. Wow, Carlos saving Lori. Only in Dead by Daylight. Oh shit. Just gonna get as far away from the basement as possible. shit. Over my hair too. But yeah, my tattoo appointment was rescheduled to September 26th. So, gonna have fun with that. This is game number 4. Chat, who should I play as next? For my 5th and final game. I'm calling it a night early just because I feel dead. And I know tomorrow... I'm just adjusting to having archery practice. Ada! Okay, cool. I miss Ada. She chases me, I fucking swear. Which Ada? I wish they could add a Resident Evil 6 cosmetic. But I think they will soon, because they added... Oh my gosh. The reverse bear traps are fucking annoying. Resident Evil 6 Ada. There is no Resident Evil 6 Ada. Monica says original Resident Evil 4. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm going to fucking die. I feel like it's always the third one you go to. It has to be. Oh, fuck me. Oh, they're about to pop the gen. Yeah, I'm just adjusting to having archery practice now, and especially since I'm carrying a lot more weight, it's getting used to carrying that weight. Carlos is like, open sesame. Just like the Resident Evil 3 remake game. Where is she taking my teammate? All the way to the basement is crazy. Anthony, I don't think Carlos is making it out of here alive. She's gotta take me to the fucking basement because she's sweaty. I'm not even gonna look at my teammates are gonna come after me. So I won't blame them if they left. This is one of the reasons why Pig is my least favorite killer, because, like, she's so cheap. Yo, she was still chasing me, so I was able to escape with my bear trap on. Because if the pig is chasing you, the bear trap's timer is paused. So that was a miracle I made it out. Wow. Wow. I can't believe I made it out, first of all. Anthony says, good job, Carlos. That was a miracle, Anthony. I did it for you. I didn't think I was gonna make it out, but I did. By some miracle. Because I'm Carlos. And for my 5th game, Monica is requesting original Resident Evil 4 Ada. Excuse me. There is no Resident Evil 6 Ada. There's a Resident Evil 6 Leon. I think that's... Or that's Vendetta Leon. That's Vendetta Leon. But they are adding more Resident Evil cosmetics, so I feel like Ada would be next to receive her Resident Evil 6 outfit. I can't believe I won 3 games tonight. That's crazy. That's never happened before. Chat, what else should I talk about? Like, were y'all here when I showed the drawing that I won from the radio contest? It's a Batman drawing that Andy Black drew. I showed it on Monday, but I don't think a lot of people were here on Monday. So, the thing is, it requires me turning on my webcam. How's my hair look? That's the real question. I just, you know, I got out of the shower, and after my shower I just go straight to streaming. Not that bad. Monica says, I was sleeping but I saw my Instagram. Okay, well, I want to show and tell on my stream, so... Anthony says, are you gonna put it in your journal? I'm not- this can't fit in my journal. I'm gonna frame it and put it on my wall. So just very quickly, let me just turn on my webcam. Hi everyone, it is bright in my room. Here, look. It is a Batman drawing, drawn by Andy Black himself, and I won it in a radio contest. See, he even signed the bottom. So... I'm definitely gonna get this framed. It's just drawn on regular printer paper, but Andy fucking Black drew this, and I won it. So put that back in its little envelope, and I'm going to turn off my webcam. Anthony says I should get a tattoo of that drawing. I'm thinking about it. But then the thing is, I'm not a Batman fan. Like, I'm not obsessed with Batman the way I'm obsessed with anything else I like. I already have one of Andy's drawings tattooed on me. It's the wolf that I requested from him. I would scan it and put it on a shirt, though. I feel like that would be fucking sick. But I'm not a Batman fan, so that wouldn't fit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The thing about Batman, me and Batman, is that, like, if I had to pick a favorite superhero, it would be Batman. But, like, I just can never get into him, you know? Like, starting the comics is just overwhelming. Just like, there's just so many. And I have no idea where to start. And like the Dark Knight movies, even though I streamed them for my movie nights, they didn't appeal to me. I only picked them because they were long. The extent of me enjoying Batman um, was Robert Pattinson's movie. And so if I'm fangirling about Batman, it's Robert Pattinson's depiction of him. But then Andy is fucking obsessed with Batman. And I just thought it would be a cool thing to win, because the radio contest, it started in July. And they said that I needed to download the app and the radio app and play this game on the app. And I have to complete the daily challenges, and for each daily challenge I complete, that's one entry into the contest. And so every day in July, every fucking day in July, I was playing that game. I was completing the daily challenges, and it paid off because I won. And I finally got that drawing on Monday, and I am so happy. And I even like commented on one of Andy's posts because like a pattern that I've noticed is if Andy posts on his Instagram, Raccoon City Police Station, let's fucking go! We're gonna end this game, this stream, on a fucking bang. Let's go. Let's go. Who am I going against? We're going against Alien. Okay, so we're here to RPD map because I'm Ada. And then we're going against the Alien because of Ripley, and the Alien just completely disappointed me. Wow! I feel cheated. Wow. So much for false hope. This is what it's like to date. You think it's going somewhere, and you get excited, and then you're disappointed. Anyways. Oh man. That was so disappointing. That was incredibly disappointing. Anyways. Very sad. Anyways. As I was saying. Yeah. Andy, Batman, drawing. What was I talking about? I was talking about Andy. Right. Off topic, I want to talk about the dreams I've been having. Because I've had 2 Andy dreams in the span of like 3 days. So like Sunday morning, I woke up and I had a very vivid dream about Andy Black. So in this dream, I was with the Stranger Things gang, and we were going to save Eddie. And we were heading to our RV, but then a bunch of bullies came up and just sort of blocked the door, and they wouldn't let us enter the RV. And then, oh, something about when he comments back. Great, thank you. I'm gonna circle back to that. I'm gonna just talk about my dream first. So yeah, there's these bullies that were blocking the door to our RV so we can't get in. And then I look to the side and I see Andy walking by, and I was like, hey Andy, can you help get rid of these bullies? Can you make them go away? And Andy did something, he made them go away. And I remember so clearly telling him, thank you, Andy, you're like my big brother. And I felt those words from my heart. Like I felt like in my consciousness, like my brain thought this was real. And I literally felt it in my heart. Like I actually saw Andy and I said to him, you're like my big brother. And like he was making me laugh and smile. He was doing some goofy shit. And I woke up feeling so happy. And then once I registered that wasn't real, I was so upset. So that was dream number 1. That was when I woke up Sunday morning. And then Tuesday morning, yeah, I believe it was Tuesday morning, I woke up and I woke up and remembered I had another dream. I was like walking around depressed, and I literally pulled out my phone and called up Andy Black as if he was a friend that I had on my contact list. And then I think Andy was like in the middle of a podcast, because I've been watching, the Andy Show, which is a podcast he has with his cousin. Anyways, and so I called him up and I was like, hey, are you busy? And he was like, I can give you 2 minutes, and I can give you a quick 2 minutes. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not feeling well. I feel a little upset. Can you help me feel better? I just need someone to talk to. And then he started rambling. And then he started like joking around, and then I just remember laughing at what he was saying, and you know, I was laughing and I was smiling. And I felt so much better. And then I woke up feeling happy again. And then only to realize it wasn't real. So, yeah. So like just two Andy dreams in such a short amount of time. I brought this up to my therapist, and my therapist suggested, especially the fact that, like, if I were to see him in person, and my dream self said, "You're like a big brother to me," and my therapist suggested that it's me looking for a role model, because a big brother is a type of role model, and Andy is, you know, someone that I idolize. It's re-emphasizing the fact that my obsession with Andy is not a crush. You know, I don't want to kiss him or marry him or something like that. Oh shit, that is horrifying. Oh shit. No way. No way, guys. No way. She was not gonna take me in that shack. Ah, man. I juked her like twice though. Nancy, why the fuck are we just standing there? Yeah, my therapist is like, you know, the fact that, you know, I'm in this trans-masculine journey, and the fact that I've been looking up to Andy, in terms of like how I present myself and how I'm trying to deepen my voice, and how I'm using his songs to deepen my voice. And it's like, he is a role model, and he's not a crush, and he's someone I look up to, and, you know, since I am the eldest sister, the eldest sibling, in my family, it's like, I'm looking for someone to take care of me. Like, if I'm everyone's big sibling, who is my big sibling, you know, and I'm looking for that someone to take care of me. So when I was told, Andy, you're like a big brother to me, and then I really felt like I meant that. It's just me looking for that role model. She is so upset at me. I keep juking her and she hates it, and I'm gonna get tunneled out of this game. Sounds like I really didn't need it. And I guess that just like re-emphasizes how I view Andy. Like, he's not a crush, he's a role model, you know? And yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I would act if I talked to him in person. Like, I feel like I already embarrassed myself enough when I comment on his stuff. Oh right. Speaking, see, we circle back. Monica says something about when he comments back. So a pattern that I realized with his Instagram is that if you comment within the first 5 minutes, of him posting something, he's guaranteed to respond back. And so, on one of his posts, like, I was just checking during work, and I think I checked at the right time. Can this lady, like, give me a fucking break? She wouldn't fucking leave me alone. I'm playing another game, because what the hell was this game? But yeah, so anyways, I commented on one of Andy's posts, and I told him that I won the Adobe Radio Batman drawing that he drew. And he was like, oh, awesome! I just... Yeah. Yeah. I'm playing another game, because this... I did not have a chance to enjoy this game, even though I was talking about Andy. So... I just never, like, felt, I guess not really felt, but, like, I'm obsessed over so many celebrities over the course of my life. You know, Adam Driver, Ben Barnes, Hayden Christensen. You know, there are a lot of actors that I've idolized in my life, but the thing is about Andy is that he just seems so attainable. Like, he seems within reach. Like, he actually interacts with his fans. Especially on Instagram, like, because when I follow, you know, celebrities on Instagram, you know, they post something, but you don't really get a response from them. You know, like, you would be lucky if they even like your comment, but I feel like, especially these A-list celebrities, they're just way too busy. Someone else is managing their account. But then for Andy's Instagram, like, first of all, I want to believe it's him. His sense of humor is fucking hilarious. And so when he replies to people, it does sound genuine. Like, he is trying his best to, like, interact with people. And so within the first 5 minutes of him posting something, if you comment something, you're guaranteed a response. And I think he does that for maybe a good 15 minutes before he goes quiet. Naka says it's nice that he actually replies. And it is. It actually really is nice. Like, even just a little... like, a small little acknowledgement of, oh yeah, that's awesome. Like, wow. Andy interacted with me. Now Andy knows who the drawing went to. And it's like, I never got this type of attention from, you know, Adam Driver or, you know, Ben Barnes. Or, I mean, like, back when Ben Barnes released his first album on my birthday, January 10 of this year, I told him it was my birthday, and he responded with a birthday cake emoji. And I was already content with a birthday cake emoji, and then here's Andy with, like, sentences. Anthony says, that was like me with the Escape Pod. I used to be obsessed with them, but now I just watch them here and there. Because the Escape Pod podcast is, anyways, not to bash on them. People can enjoy what they enjoy. But, I just like how active Andy is. Like, I picked a good, like... I just got obsessed with, you know, him and Black Veil Brides this year. And I just feel like I'm being fed, like, every month. Like, from him releasing his horror books, him releasing jewelry, his jewelry line, the Warped Tour, and a new album, a new song, and, like, all these things. Andy is a very active person. And it's easy to keep up with him, and, like, it's gone to a point where it's not overwhelming for me. And, like, he's putting out things I'm interested in, whereas, like, for example, Adam Driver, to be honest, I haven't watched any of his new movies after, Rise of Skywalker. Like, he's just been playing a depressed dad, a depressed divorced dad. Like, he went from playing fuckboy roles to, like, bad husband roles. Which is kind of upsetting, but, to be honest, I haven't watched any of Adam Driver's new movies after 2019. And, like, you know, like, I never got any interaction from Adam Driver. I don't know how to interact with him. Like, if I wrote a fan letter, I don't know where to send that to. Whereas with Andy, it's so easy to interact with him, even it's something as little as, you know, commenting on his Instagram post, or, oh shit, she's so tiny that fucking scared me. I was like, what's that tiny ass thing running towards me? I forgot that Chucky and whoever this doll is, like, I forgot they were killers. But yeah, and I think it's just that It's just the fact that Andy is so interactive with his fans that makes him a fun celebrity to obsess over. Like, he seems more within reach, you know, and I think that's great. And I have a lot of things that are signed by him now, from little postcards and the drawing. It's literally tattooed on my fucking leg. He drew me a wolf. I paid him to draw me a wolf, and he signed it. And now it's literally tattooed on my left ankle. So, and because it was a milestone for me, like, it's a core memory, the fact that I went to Warped Tour by myself, you know, and as someone who always needed someone to go with her, like, I always needed company, even for something as simple as going to Target or the grocery store, whatever. Like, I went to a music festival in a city like an hour and a half away from here. Somewhere I've never been to before, and I went there by myself, spent the whole fucking day there just to watch Black Veil Brides, which performed at night. I got there at 10:30. They performed at 9:20. So, yeah. And I survived, and I had a great time, and, you know, I wasn't miserable. And that is an accomplishment for me, and so I wanted something to commemorate that. So I got his wolf tattooed on me. Except I think Andy is a cat and bat person. I'm so glad I have Unbreakable. If this guy can come towards me so I can save my Unbreakable for an emergency, that'd be great. Ah, shit. Anthony says, if Andy lifted weights, do you think he would start lifting weights? Man, I am too lazy. Anthony likes football. I'm not watching football. I'm not rooting for the Cincinnati Bengals, Bengal Tigers, whatever his favorite sports team is. I mean, Anthony. Andy is a vegan vegetarian. I like meat. Too much. I like meat too much to be a vegan vegetarian. So don't get too crazy over there. Monica says, just because you idolize someone doesn't mean you have to do everything they do. I mean, it's my choice. I could one day crash out. But I feel like I also have a sense of individualism, where I know what I want to copy and what I don't. I mean, I'm already copying his voice. I'm using his voice as a tool to help my own voice get deeper, and I think it's worked. But, like, yeah. Because Andy, like, his music taste, he's not listening to his own music, you know, he's listening to other bands. But I'm not listening to those bands, I'm listening to his music. And Andy, his favorite animals seem to be like cats and bats. He doesn't really seem like a dog person. But yeah, the thing is, like, I've never obsessed over a music artist at this capacity before. And Anthony, Andy, Anthony. Anthony's asking, if you had the chance, would you rather meet Josh Hutcherson or Andy? Andy. Which is a tough choice because, you know, Josh Hutcherson did play PETA, which I named my dog after. But I would 100%, as of this moment, I want to meet Andy. I've already paid for his cameos and everything, telling him like, hey, I'm a big fan and you helped me and everything, so. Josh Hutcherson just seems like a nostalgic factor, like, I guess something that my therapist and I are, you know, if she hits me, I fucking swear. Oh my gosh. Wow. I can't believe I almost got away with that. I almost got away with that. I'm running upstairs. But yeah, something that my therapist and I are going over is like, when I'm living my life, who am I trying to please? Like my past self or my current self? And I should be prioritizing my current self. Because the past is the past. Like, I can talk about my inner child, you know, my inner teenager, whatever. And, you know, like, my past self probably had needs that weren't being met. But I'm living as my current self. Does that make sense? So, like, to meet Josh Hutcherson would fulfill my younger self. You know, my teen self that was Katniss, my teen self that... my young adult self that had a dog named PETA. But then, that's for my younger self, where I was trying to be a girl character. But that's not who I am anymore now. And Andy represents who I'm aspiring to be right now. So I have to prioritize my current self. Because if you look at me right now, I mean, you saw my face when I just showed the picture, like, if I say, oh, people used to call me Katniss in high school, like, that'd be a little hard to picture. I look drastically different. Oh. Well. Oh, it's only my second hook.
Gotcha.
Is that not the basement right there? But yeah, my therapist and I are just, you know, talking about, you know, my past self, my future self, you know, Nicole versus Aaron. And, like, part of me just wants to start over. Completely cut off everyone who's just dead weight, you know? Because Nicole is always trying to prove herself to people, whereas Aaron has had enough, you know? Like it says, you gotta live life for you, not your twin. Yeah. Yeah. And I just feel like Nicole is trying too hard to prove herself to people that don't give a fuck about her. And Aaron's here like, okay, they don't give a fuck about you. Why should you give a fuck about them? Woman, leave me alone, please. Well, I was the one that she wanted dead. Well, at least I lasted longer than the other game, but like, that was still upsetting that I was tunneled. But yeah, it's a work in progress. Because the more people refer to me at work as, you know, Miss or Ma'am, or sometimes they even use my name Nicole, I don't want to consider it a dead name because Nikki is a nickname for Nicole. But like, there's just this, not really an ick, but like something that doesn't fit anymore. Like, it's like the equivalent of trying to get me to wear my middle school clothes. You know, it's like I enjoy my middle school clothes. I had a selection of Star Wars t-shirts that I like, but they're too small at this point, you know? It's like I look at the design and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I love that shirt. I love that Star Wars shirt. I don't want to give it away." But if you're asking me to put it on, it's like, that's going to be a little weird, you know? But yeah, any progress is progress, and y'all should apply that to yourselves as well. Baby steps. Um, oh my gosh, Vivian, don't worry about it. Everyone just calls me Nikki. My archery kids already call me Coach Nikki. It's just trying to get my coworkers to keep up with that, or to adjust to that, calling me Nikki in the front office. I just realized with the amount of lurking Vivian does, she's probably heard a lot of my lore. Um, I mean, eventually I do want to be called Aaron, but I just feel like Aaron is such a. I'm gonna play one more game. I'm gonna play one more game as Leon while I just get out the rest of my thoughts. Um, so the thing is, I'm playing one more game, just so y'all know. I know it seemed like I was about to log off, but I'm like, I need to get the rest of my thoughts out, and I think I can do it in one more game. Um, Also, I need to show September 30th, 1998. Yeah, I just realized with the amount of lurking Vivian does, she's probably heard a lot of my lore that I was unaware I was spilling out to the public, because I'm not really aware of who's listening to me. But, I eventually do want to be called Aaron. It's just hard to... I chose to go by Nikki in the front office among my coworkers because, first of all, um, for my staff email, it is automatically my full legal name, which is Nicole, you know. And I feel like Nikki is acceptable. It makes sense, you know, like, you know, there's a principal's name is Jeffrey, he goes by Jeff. Um, there's our dean, his name is Philip, he goes by Phil. Like, there's a lot of these people that have, you know, full names, but they go by their nicknames, and it just makes sense, you know. So, with my name being my legal name being Nicole, like to go by Nikki makes sense. But to go by Aaron, it's like, where did that come from? And it's gonna be a lot more difficult to adjust to because that name just seems to come out of nowhere, even though I have my own backstory for it. But I can't change my staff email because it's assigned by the district unless I legally change my name. And I can't legally change my name because I still live at home with my parents. So the extent of it is I told my coworkers, please call me Nikki. Nikki is a safe name for me. It helps distance myself from Nicole. But I also came out to my coworkers and I told them I'm gender fluid. So if a student or a parent or whoever, a guest, visitor, whoever refers to me as male, I don't want anyone correcting them. Like, they don't need to ask me what my pronouns are for the day. I don't really care. Like, I accept she and her. I can default to that. That's fine. I accept he and him. But, like, the only thing I want to avoid is people correcting other people. Like, if a student says, oh, that guy at the front, and then my coworker's like, oh, that's a she. That's the thing that bothers me the most, and that's the thing that I'm trying to avoid. So, like, if a student does refer to me as male and they're like, oh, that guy in the front told me this, I want my coworkers to know who that kid is talking about. And I don't want the correction thing, because if the kid perceives me as a man, they're not wrong because I can identify as one. You know, that's the gender fluid part. And I think I'm only using gender fluid as a placeholder just because I do want to be, I do want to present as masculine, the way I look, the way I'm trying to sound. But biologically, I still accept I am biologically female. And especially when I use my customer service voice, my polite voice, my voice sounds female. It sounds like a woman. I'm not trying to sound like what I'm doing now. Holy shit, Raccoon City Police Station. Round 2, let's fucking go. Please, let this be good. Let this be good. Let this be good. Please, I am begging. I'm begging. I'm begging. Twin. And it's Death Slinger. Monica says, this is truly meant to be the last round. It is. It is. It is. Yes. 100%. It is going to be a good game while I talk about my gender identity crisis. But yeah, it's something I'm working towards. I am considering, like, the more I think about it, the more I feel like I want to do it. I do want to take T shots, testosterone shots in the future. It's just a matter of, you know, I can't hide that shit from my parents. Because my voice is going to drop, my face is going to change. And it's going to reach a point where my parents are going to notice. But it's also, at the same time, it's like, how long can I tolerate being like this, you know? Because, I remember there was one therapist session where she was like, where I told her, like, my parents think I'm dressing up as a boy. You know, because I'm always dressing up as my favorite character, trying to look like them, whatever. But then my therapist suggested that, what if I'm actually dressing up as a girl? You know, I'm pretending to be a girl. And that seems to make the most sense, because I feel like whenever I present as a girl, whether that's Katniss or Ada, like, there's a certain level where it feels forced, and it also doesn't feel genuinely me. And my natural default state always goes back to being, you know, tomboyish, more masculine, looking like a boy, wearing, you know, loose clothing, having short hair, just having these masculine traits. And I feel like Ada was like my final attempt at being a woman, and it didn't really work, didn't really stick. And I just feel like I really would be happy if I were to transition. Just because it was already something I was thinking about when I was in middle school. But I let it go because I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think... like, not possible for me. I didn't think it was something that I could have. But the older I am now, and just seeing, you know, how other people are doing it, it's like, maybe this is a possibility for me. And Monica says, someday you'll be able to move out and be free. Yeah, yeah, and that one day is once I'm done paying off my car. Because my car, I'm paying $525 a month. I have $10,000 left to pay, so I probably will be finished with it by next year, hopefully, or 2 years from now. But wow. No way. No way I got away with that. That's hilarious. Anthony says, maybe you could take testosterone low doses. That's the thing. Like, I could take it in very, very small amounts where I can already feel validated in that I'm taking it, and it'll help with the dysmorphia. But the changes are still gonna be there, and it'll get to a point where my parents will be like, oh, what happened to your voice? What happened to your face? You know, and they'll get to a point where it'll be hard to explain, it'll be hard to hide. But I did look up, like, how Like, I did look up on Reddit, like, people who took testosterone shots while still living with their parents, while still being closeted. And someone said they did take it in small doses, but, like, it has to reach a point where, you know, your parents are going to catch on with what's happening. I mean, I don't know, because the thing about my family is I have two problematic cousins. One cousin got pregnant by a guy who didn't graduate high school yet. I remember that being the story. And, you know, she was... either she moved out or she was kicked out of her apartment. She lived with her boyfriend and his family. But the thing is, everyone celebrates that baby's birthday. They send presents to that baby. And the daughter is still welcome back in her house. Like, she's welcome, invited to all the family events. So she wasn't completely disowned. She wasn't completely shunned. And then I had another cousin who got married in Texas secretly to her Air Force fiance. The only witnesses was the fiance and his family, the fiance's family. So she got married secretly. And then they were both moving to Japan because he was going to be stationed there. And she missed out on her older sister's wedding, in which she was the maid of honor. So that caused a lot of family drama. But then that cousin was welcomed back in the family. Everyone loved hearing about her Japan adventures. They loved even more the products she would send from Japan. So it's like, there's going to be this initial shock. But at the same time, like, once the shock subsides, there's gonna be that acceptance. So I'm just... those are my only two examples I'm betting on. It's like, you know, there are these two people that did these problematic things, and it was shocking at first, and the family's first instinct was to reject it. But ultimately, they're still accepting those kids. So... I'm like, why can it not apply to me as well? I don't know. But I also don't want to risk it. I need to have a backup plan. Because the other difference with those cousins is, one, the one who got pregnant, she had her boyfriend to live with. And with my cousin who got married secretly, she had her husband to live with. So those two both had backup plans. And also, this is a cool background. Ooh. Okay, might as well leave. Come on, Daryl. Yeah! Wow, what a great final game, and I got my thoughts out. So... but yeah, that's the journey I've been on all year. And I think it's gonna be ongoing. But yeah. Thank you for hearing me ramble. I am gonna call it a night, though. I'm glad we played one more game, because we went on an RPD map, and I missed that map. It's my favorite. But yeah, what's today? Wednesday? Already? That's crazy. Well, I'll see you all on Monday. We're gonna play Dead by Daylight, not Resident Evil. Anthony and I are going to Halloween Horror Nights this Saturday, so I will be talking about our experience on Monday, I think. If I survive, who knows. But thank you for hearing me ramble. I hope you all have a good night and a good weekend. So many wins. Sure. 4 wins and 3 losses. Not bad. Wasn't a bad night tonight. Thank you for keeping me company, y'all. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Sweet dreams.